Hello, very good evening, everyone. Very good evening, very good evening. So, as you all know, that yesterday there was a big news that NEET application has been started. So, let's talk about some of the details there, right? So, what we are going to cover today. Since this is PW English, so we will be discussing everything in the English language. But don't worry, we'll also make some videos regarding this topic only in Hindi as well, right? So, what are the things which we are going to cover today? Definitely the process of application, the documents you need. Also, we'll be talking about other factors like EWS. What about the students of J&K? What about the international students? What is the age limit and what is the pattern of examination? The languages in which the paper can come, and a lot of things like that, right? Okay, so I think you all can see this or you have already seen that before. So first of all, where do you have to go to fill the application? There is a website of NTA, because NTA is the agency that that makes the examination and conducts the examination. So first of all, what is the online submission dates of this examination? From 6 April to 6 May, right from 6 April to 6 May, in between these days you can fill the application form. And on 6 May's night at 11:50 this will get closed, so you have to fill the examination before that. So one advice that I want to give you all is that guys, see, there is no hurry in this filling of examination, because you have a lot of days. So be relaxed, find a day, and in that day, fill the application form. Don't be in a hurry that yesterday the examination came. It's not a first come, first basis. So whenever you got time, and keep your documents ready. And at that day, on a relaxed day, with the help of your guardian or your elder brother, sister, or your parents, just fill that form, right? So do not hurry in filling the form. Second thing, what is the last day of successful transaction of fee? So, for example, if someone has registered on 6th and filled the application form, but somehow the payment did not occur, so you can pay on 7th May as well. Fine, again up to 11:50 p.m. But don't keep the things at the last points. Just fill it in the middle of that particular bracket of the time. Okay, then next is fees of the examination. So if you are an outsider, you are an international student, what is your fees? 8,500 INR, right? Rupees, fine. But if you fall into under the category of general and you are an Indian, your fee will be 1,600. But if you are general with EWS, what are now EWS? EWS is a category of economically weaker sections. Now, who can get this EWS certificate? So, if you fall into the category of EWS, what is the criteria? Your father's income, should be less than 8 lakh rupees per annum. And there are certain other criteria as well. What are these? Like, you should not be having around this much acres of land. Fine. You should not be having any residential apartment. And there are certain other criteria also. So you have to take that form, fill it up, go to an officer, not less than a tehsildar, get it signed, and also sign a declaration wherein you will get your sign as well as your father's or your parents. And then you have to upload the certificate during your examination. So in the central university, people with this EWS certificate, they can get 10% reserved seats. Fine. And then we have OBC NCL. Now, what is this NCL? These are non-creamy layer. So in OBC, we have two type of category. One is creamy layer, another is non-creamy layer. So if you are under the non-creamy layer and it is mentioned in this particular website, and this list is by the central government, only then you will be considered under non-creamy layer. But if you are in the non-creamy layer according to your state, but you are not there in the central list, you will not be considered as a non-creamy. So you must be in this list of non-creamy layer, which is given by the central government. All right. Okay. Next is, otherwise, this is a fixed price. You will also have to pay the GST along with this examination. All right. SC, ST, PWBD, third gender, they all have to pay around 900 rupees. Okay, so this is the fee structure according to different categories. Next is the date of examination. You all know, you must have heard it before also. That's the 17th July, that's on Sunday. and duration will be of 200 minutes, around 3 hours and 20 minutes, and the timing will be of 2 p.m. to 5:20 p.m. Now that's the afternoon time. So all those who have the habit of sleeping in that particular time period, please don't do that. Quit that sleeping period time and be metabolically active during this time period. Okay. So that when you sit in the exam, your body will react in a particular way. Fine. Okay. Center, date, everything will be mentioned on the admit card. Next is your website where you can fill the examination. So this is the website which will take you to that registration form website. Next is declaration of result. Definitely it will be, they will tell you later, because since it is just the application form. All right. So I hope this non-creamy layer and EWS is clear to everyone. So if you have any doubts about the EWS, there is also an annexure given down in the form. I will also show you at the end of this session. There is the annexure which tells you what can be the format and what is the criteria of being in the EWS. All right. Okay, next. So once you get into the website, you will come across the registration part. All right, guys. So one thing that you have to keep in mind is your contact details, your email address and your mobile phone number. So whatever email is active, whatever phone number is active, you should put that in your application form, because you need to have OTP at that time. You need to have OTP. And also make sure whenever you're filling a form, you should have a good internet, stable internet connection, and you should be at that particular area where there is a better mobile network as well. Fine, because OTP and internet is all that you need to fill an application form. Because once it gets unstable, maybe you have to reload the page, and that's tricky, and then you will panic. Fine. All right. Next thing that you need to understand is this entire form process is of 3 steps. It's quite a simple form as comparison to the earlier forms of the NEET. This time the form is really very simple. Even you can fill that form. Also, I'll suggest everyone to please have a copy and a pen, because whatever things belongs to you, or it that you can relate them, you should write it down, and it will help you later on. First thing is you have to register. All right, so the first step is register or registration. There they will ask you about your email address and your phone number. Then also they will ask about your password. So it's all about your contact details. Once you register, you will get across the second step, which is application form, wherein you have to put everything. You have to upload your photograph, your signature, your thumbs and everything. We'll be discussing that in detail. Okay. Then the third step is your payment. Okay. So if you have done 2 steps, but you have not paid right now, right? You have submitted the form, you have submitted the application form, you have submitted all your documents, but you have not paid, your application form will be nullified. It will not be considered as a true application. Once you have paid them, you have done the payment, only then you will get the complete application form. Otherwise, it will be rejected. All right. Okay, now what are the things that you need? First of all, definitely a photograph. The photograph can be a colored or a black and white. I will suggest everyone to have the colored photograph. Okay, with 80% of the face without mask visible, including ears, against a white background. So how a photograph should look like? Let's see. So there will be 2 types of photograph. One is a passport size, another is a postcard size. Okay, this postcard size should be 4 into 6 inches, right? Whereas the format of both photographs should be JPG, and its size should be between 10 KB to 200 KB. And there should be a white background. There should be your name written down and the date of clicking the photograph. For example, you are going to click your photograph today. You went to the photographer today. So you will ask your photographer to write your name and write 6 April 2022. All right. And also one suggestion that I'm going to give you here, that ask your photographer to resize these digital photographs and take them in the form of a pen drive, or on your email, because like that your half of the work will be done. You don't have to resize it again. Just tell him that these are the requirements. I want one passport size, another postcard size. Also take printouts of your photograph. Around 10 photographs, each of these size should be there, because you will use those photographs, the same photograph, right from application to your admission form, right? Because the same photograph always makes a lot of difference. Next thing that you need to understand here is the certificates. For example, you belongs to any category, general, EWS, OBC, SC, ST, any category, you need to have its certificate, because how will you prove you belongs to that category? Fine. Again, if you are an overseas student, like you are from any other country, for an instance, if I say there are certain people who are NRI, they're non-residents of India, right? They are Indians, but they're living in other countries. Second, there are people who have OCI card, overseas citizen of India. For example, if some their grandparents or parents were from India, but their minor child is living in other country, so that child will be having an OCI card, or he has to, or he or she has to take that card from the embassy. So along with your passport and those cards, you have to upload them, okay, in this. These are for international students. And those who are foreign national, they do not belong to India at any point. They have their different criteria. They have to give their proof that they are the citizen of this particular country, and they need to upload this. All right. Next, everything should be in the PDF format. Your photographs in the JPG format, your this certificates in the PDF format. There is also another category, PWD, person with disabilities, who are physically challenged or handicapped. Now, people who are physically challenged or handicapped, they also have to make one certificate where they will prove that yes, they have a particular disability. Now, you cannot make the certificate from any of the area. Rather, in this particular bulletin, they have mentioned particular hospitals that will make a certificate for you, which is, or which you can use in the NEET. Fine. So you have to make that. All right. Next is the size of the photograph, as I've told you, between 10 KB to 200 KB. And what about the size of your these certificates, PDF? 50 KB to 300 KB. Okay, so keep in mind the size, because if the size exceeds that limit, the any document will not be uploaded as such. Next is your signature and your fingerprint. This is the most common question asked by all the students. Okay, so let's see. So if I'm talking about the signature, it's quite simple. Take a white sheet, take black pen, and put down your signature. Do not write signature. You have to write, or you have to mark your signature. For example, if your name is Rahul, write Rahul. Do not write signature, because I have came across a student who actually did this. Okay, so don't do that. And again, the format will be JPG, and the size will be 4 KB to 30 KB. This can also be done with the help of a phone. If you have good camera, just scan it out, write on a paper, sign it, scan it out, and you can resize yourself if you can do. Next is your fingerprints. Okay, fingerprints will also be in JPG with the with the size of 10 KB to 200 KB. All right. Now, how will you make a fingerprints? First of all, take that ink pad, stamping in ink pad. Put all your fingers on that pad. Once you get all the colors here, take a white sheet and just press it on the paper. You will get all the fingerprints of all the fingers as well as your thumbs. Earlier, they used to ask only about the thumbs, but this time they're asking you for all the fingers and your thumbs. So these are your, biometrics things. So they want every finger mark of yours. All right. Make sure whatever you are uploading, first recheck it, and you are uploading the right document. For example, there can be a case you went to the cafe or somewhere else because you are not sure you can fill the form, and you ask the person to upload your photograph. There may be a chance other people have also came to that person for uploading the photographs and the application form. In any case, or by mistake, if we put any other person's photograph in your form and you have not checked it, this will be considered as an unfair means or illegal means. So make sure to check each and everything very carefully. All right. Okay. Next is size of the documents. As I've told you, the PDF form will be 500 to 300 KB. All right. So next, another thing that you need to have is your class 10 pass certificate. Now, a lot of students, they are so much confused about pass certificate. So pass certificate is that certificate only that you receive during, passing your class 10th, where your name, your date of birth, and your marks are written. So you have to put that. Why? Because this is so much important for birth, that date of birth. Okay, so you need to have that certificate that you got during after completing your 10th class. All right, where there is name, your date of birth, and your marks are written along with the name of your school. All right, next is, again, the next point is for all those students who are international. They need to have their citizenship certificate or embassy certificate that we have discussed, or any documentary proof of citizenship, because if they are international, they need to prove that they are the citizen of particular country. All right, again, this will be in the size of 50 KB to 300 KB. Whatever you are filling, I am again telling you, check it twice, right? Because there are certain things that you cannot correct it later on, and once it's done, it's done, and you cannot fill the form. They have asked all the students not to fill the form twice. So think it's the one and only thing, the thing you can do it only once. So be very sure while putting all these information. Okay, moving further to the next points. What do we have next is fee payment. The fee payment is the last step, an important step. The fee payment is done during with the help of net banking, credit card, debit card, Paytm, UPI. Right? You can pay through any card, like a debit card for which you use to withdraw the money from ATM. Right? And second, again, through UPI, like Phone Pay, like Paytm. You can also go through these methods. Fine. Make sure whatever method you are using, whatever account you are using, you should have a particular balance in it. Not just it's mentioned that your fees is 1,500 and you keep 1,500 only. At least that should have around 2,000 rupees, because GST will also be cut down there. Fine. Okay, second thing, a lot of time what happen is the server gets down, and the that payment process does not take place. So be patient, wait for some time, do not reload it. Okay, it's also mentioned always while you are doing a payment, do not reload it. If the money is cut, usually it gets back into your account after some time. Nowadays the refund is very quick process, and do not reload it until you are sure. Okay, if somehow it gets blank out and you have to reload it, just go back to the website, I'll show you how, and then you can again fill the you can start the process from the application form. Okay, but do not worry, do not panic at that point. Next is, you can also do all the 3 steps together or at separate timings. As I've told you, after you have done 2 processes, 2 steps, maybe you can do the payment later. But I will suggest all of you, just choose one day, be relaxed at that particular day, keep ready all the documents and do it in one go, because then you will be relaxed. Otherwise it will be like, I have to do it. Maybe something bad happened, then what, right? So always make sure to fill the form in one go. Okay, but very carefully. Next points. There are a lot of points to discuss, so let's move further. All these we have already covered and discussed. Next thing, what you have to do is, whatever mobile number you have given, why I'm saying you need to have those mobile numbers with you and should be active, because a lot of information will come later on, like admit card has been released, all those things, or for again logging in, you need to have OTP, and that OTP will come to that particular mobile number only. Fine. Also download this app. They have suggested to download Sandesh app. It's quite simple. You all know how to download the app. Go to Play Store, put Sandesh, there will be an app, you can download it. Now what's the use of this app? By this app, the government can send multiple messages or single message to the multiple people. You can get all the information here as well. All right. Okay. Next is one more thing that I'll suggest all of you. Do not think that your particular friend has filled the form. Now it's my time. No, I have to do it. No, don't feel like that. First, complete your document, because maybe you have to have certain certificates. For example, if you come under physical disability, that will take time, right? So whatever certificates you need to have, just start from day one only. Just start today. Start making them today only, because sometimes the EWS certificate takes a lot of time. So just start it today and fill the form according to your timeline. Do not think your friend has done it and I am late. There's nothing like that. You have that time bracket, fill in that only. Okay. All right. Next is any request to change the question paper medium, examination center, date and time provided on the admit card shall not be considered under any circumstances. So once you have filled this, you cannot change all these things. And what are these things? Medium of examination, whether you're going to give in English, Hindi or something like that, and examination center, these things will not be changed. Again, I'm telling you, be very careful while filling the application. Fine. All right, all right. Next point, let's move further. As I've told you earlier as well, guys, that in case it is found at any time in the future that candidate has used or uploaded the photograph, signature and certificate of someone else in his or her application form or admit card, or he or she has tampered with his or her admit card result, it would be treated as unfair means. I have told you, always upload your photograph, not your neighbor's photograph. Okay, otherwise it will be unfair means. All right. Next, moving further to how can you fill this exam? How can you fill this exam? But before that, let's talk about some other points which are very important for other state peoples as well. So I'm moving it because this has nothing to do with your application form. Let's move further. Let's move further. Talk about the pattern of the test first of all. As you all know, we have 4 subjects in NEET. We have 4 subjects in NEET, guys. First is your physics, chemistry, botany, and zoology. There are 4 subjects. So, Eternal Boy is asking about 11th mark sheet. I will talk about that also. So, ask me the question at the end of a session. If something is left, I will answer it. Don't worry. But I will try to answer each and everything. And I will cover everything. So, I don't think so you'll get any questions later in the session. So there are 4 subjects: physics, chemistry, botany, and zoology. And zoology is my subject, okay? So in every subject, you will have 2 sections, section A and B. Section A will contain 35 question and B will contain 15 question. So B section is of a choice. Out of 15, you have to do 10 questions. So first 10 questions will be included for marks, because your OMR sheet will only OMR is computer based. Fine. So the OMR is the type of a sheet that computer will know. I have to pick 10 questions. First 10, it will pick 10 questions. Fine. So here in the section B, you can choose first 10 question, whatever. For example, there are 1 to 15 question and I have solved 1 to 11 question. My 11th question will not be included there. My 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions will be included there. Fine. Out of 35, I can do the complete 35 as well, and my marks will be given to 35 only. If I don't know any question, I can leave it. There will be a negative marking. Each question will be of 4 marks. If I do any question incorrectly, my -1 will be added. Okay. There will be a negative marking of -1. For example, if somehow in section A there is a question with 2 options correct, or all the options are correct, at that particular time, if NTA finds that their 2 options are correct, those students who have attempted the question will get grace marks. Those who have not attempted will not get the grace marks. Same in the section B. Okay. Now, if somehow the question is incorrect, in section A, all the students who have attempted or not will get your grace mark. But in section B, if the question is incorrect, nobody will get the grace mark. Okay. So this is what the difference. All right. Next, all the questions will be multiple choice question. All the question will be multiple choice question. There will be no theoretical question. So if you want to clear it, you can read all these points later on at home. Right? What are the things? Like, if all the options are found to be correct, then 4 marks will be awarded to all those who have attempted the question. Fine. This is for section A. If none of the option is found correct, or a question is found to be wrong, or a question is dropped, then all candidates who have appeared will be given 4 marks. Again, in section B, if a question is found to be incorrect or the question is dropped, then 4 marks will be awarded to all those who have attempted the question, but not to every student. Only to those who have attempted it. Fine. Next is duration. As we have discussed, is 3 or 20 minutes. Mode will be that paper and pen. Medium, there are a lot of mediums. English medium, Hindi medium, Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Malayalam, Kannada, Punjabi, Urdu, Telugu, Tamil, Odia, and Marathi. So whatever you feel comfortable in, or in which language you have prepared in the entire years, just choose that. Okay. For example, if I opted for English medium, I will only get the question paper in English only. But if I opted for Hindi medium, I will not only, but I will get the question paper in two languages. One is Hindi, another is English. Okay. If I have opted for example, Assamese, I will get that in Assamese as well as in English. Now, second thing, sometime while converting a question into the regional language, the meaning of a question changes. What will you do in that point? Try to read it in English, because NTA has mentioned, if somehow, in case of any ambiguity in the translation of a question, for example, if a translation is different, its English version shall be treated as final. Its English version will be final, and the answer will be according to English version, and the decision shall be final in this regard. So make sure, if you have a doubt in the translation, try to read it in English if you can. Okay. All right. Next is, where are the centers? English paper medium will be found in all the examination center. Again, English and Hindi in all the examination center. For example, if I'm in Delhi, I can get like English paper and Hindi as well. But if I have to give exam in Assamese, it will only be in the Assam state. So fill your examination center accordingly. For example, you are studying, or you are preparing for your NEET in Delhi. Okay. But you have opted for Assamese language. All right. You have opted for Assamese. So you will not put your present address or examination center as Delhi. You will put your examination choice center as Assam, because in Delhi, maybe you will not get that language. Okay. Next, English and Bengali. Again, you will get in West Bengal, Tripura, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Fine. Next, Gujarati, you will get in Gujarat, Daman and Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Kannada, you will get in the Karnataka. Malayalam in Kerala and Lakshadweep, Marathi in Maharashtra, Odia in Odisha, Punjabi in Punjab, Chandigarh, Delhi, New Delhi, that means complete NCR, Meerut, Noida, Greater Noida, Ghaziabad. Fine. English and Tamil you will get in Pondicherry, Tamil Nadu, Andaman and Nicobar, Telugu in Andhra and Telangana, and Urdu in all the examination centers of India. So make sure when you are choosing this language, what are you choosing, what type of examination center you are choosing. So you have to take care of these things, because these are little things. Nobody will tell you, but later on you will regret, oh my god, I have done this wrong. So listen to me very carefully, because this is the first step towards your dream, right? One step you were doing, you were working really very hard, but if this step is done incorrectly, you will regret it. So don't do that. Be very careful. All right. Okay. Next thing that you need to know is about the application form. Okay, before that, let's talk about age. Age. Okay, so you must be 17 years of age during admission. For example, you gave the exam in July, and your admission starts around October or so. At that time, you should be 17, or before December, you should complete your 17 years of age. All right, so it's completely written here. He or she has completed, not going to be, completed 17 years of age at the time of admission, or will complete that age on before 31 December. Okay, and or during the first year of the undergraduate medical course. Now, what is the age for the candidates? Born on or before 31/12/2005. So I'm taking this date because a lot of students get confused. If I am born on 31/12/2005, if I'm born on 31/12/2005 or before that, I can easily give the exam. If I'm born after 31 December 2005, for example, 1st January 2006 and after that, I am not eligible. Okay, so make this mark, do not get confused. On, that means on this particular date. If your birthday is on 31st December at the end of the year, or before that, you can give the exam. Talking about the upper age limit, talking about, okay, where it has gone. Okay, talking about the upper age limit, there is now no upper age limit. You can read this as per letter number this dated 9 March 2022, received from NMC Undergraduate Medical Education Board regarding the upper age limit, there should be no upper age limit as decided in the fourth NMC meeting held on 21st October 2021. So now there is no upper age. You just have to see you should not be less than 17. Otherwise, upper, there is no limit. So earlier it was there, but now it is not there. Okay. Next, about the overseas student. Again, if a person is NRI, non-residents of India, or having OCI card, okay, they have to upload a certificate from a concerned Indian diplomatic mission. For example, if you are from a particular country, there are different embassies of these countries. So you have to take your certificate from that, okay, of their residence in support of their claim as an NRI or OCI candidate, along with their online application form for NEET UG. So you have to fill the form and put that certificate. Again, guys, there is nothing offline. You don't have to take printout of everything and give it on the address of NTA. There is nothing like that. Everything is online. But if you are a foreign national, then you have to confirm the eligibility from medical dental college state. For example, I'm from any other country and I seek admission in Indian Medical College. So I must have one college in mind. I will directly contact them and I will ask them what is the eligibility criteria. Contact me is not always calling on phone. It can be by downloading their brochures or like that. So if you're foreign national, make sure to check every detail of a particular college, because some private colleges, they give direct admissions to foreign nationals as well. All right. Next is about J&K and Ladakh people. Okay, so we have a lot of students from J&K. So it's written, the candidates from J&K qualifying NEET UG 2022 shall not be entitled to participate in the counselling conducted by MCC for admission to the MBBS seats under All India 15% quota. So those who have schooling from J&K, fine, who have residence of J&K and schooling as well, they are not considered under 15% All India quota. So there are two type of counselings after your test. One is 15% All India counselling, in which you are eligible for 15% seats in all the Medical College of India. That's the government seat of all the Medical College of India. So J&K student cannot fight for these, fine, because they have their own quota in their state. What about the people of Ladakh? However, from the academic year 2022 to 2023, the students of UT of Ladakh shall be eligible for 15% of All India quota. Why I'm telling here? Because they will be asking you your state there, right? And that will decide your eligibility of a particular counseling. For example, if I'm from Punjab and I put that my eligibility is Punjab, I'll be getting 15% quota of the other state and 85% quota of all the colleges of Punjab. Fine. Same with the Delhi people. So all those people who are from like UT, like Chandigarh, like Delhi, there you don't need to give your residence as a proof that you belongs to that state, and your eligibility criteria is through the living that state. But your schooling will decide your eligibility. For example, I'm from Punjab, but I did my 11th and 12th in Delhi. I will be eligible for 85% quota in Delhi. But if I'm living in Noida, which is in Uttar Pradesh, and I want admission in Delhi, Maulana Azad, then I'll fight for 15%, not for 85%. So that, make that sure in your mind, okay? All right. Moving further to the next is how to fill the examination forms, much awaited. Let's move. Okay, I think a lot of people are waiting here. Let's move. Okay. So I think signatures and prints are done. Okay. Okay, so we have a form here. I think that's visible to you. Okay. So when you will go to that website that I have already told you, you will come across this type of a page there. Since you are a new student, you have not done anything right now. So you have nothing to do in this portion. You will go to this button, new registry. You will select here which application form do you want to fill, and then you will find this button, new registration. Just click on it. Okay. Okay. After you have done this, this will pop up and this will tell you the 3 steps that we have discussed. First, registration, application form, and fee payment. Okay. They will also ask you to download this bulletin, because they want that everything should be crystal clear to you. Then They will tell you about the fees, what is the fee structure, and all those important points, because they know nobody is going to read the information bulletin. So they have also mentioned important points here. So the first important point is, whenever you're registering, there will be an application number that they will give you. So you need to write down that application. You need to write that application number. Another suggestion that I'll give you, when in doubt, take a screenshot if you're filling through the phone. Okay? Or if you're filling through the PC or something, take picture of that page in your phone. Because somehow if everything vanish out, you must have that application number. That's important. Application number is more important than your blood pressure right now. Okay? So that application number is so much important here. So again, the password is important. How will you put a password? For password, what is the criteria? It should be around 8 to 13 letters long. First of all, there should be 8 to 13 characters there. First, there should be one uppercase. For example, student. Your name is student. You're putting student in the password. Keep S capital or any of the letter. You need one upper letter, one capital letter, right? There should be one lower case as well. At least one lower, one capital. Then also you should have one numeric value. For example, student, and then you put 1 2. There should be one numerical, at least one numerical, and then a special character. Then you put student 1 2, and you put a star or and or something like that. So it should be 8 to 13 letters, characters long, one capital, one lower, one number, one special character. And write this down somewhere. Okay, do not forget it. Write it down somewhere, whatever you're putting. They will also ask you about your security question. It can be like, what is the name of your school? What is the name of your mother? Okay, these questions will be there, because these are certain things that only you will be knowing. No other person can come across your application form and do unfair means. Next, okay, so you have to click here to proceed. You will click here, then you will move to the form. First step, that is registration. In registration, you will be writing your name, your father's name, your mother's name. First of all the names should be similar. For example, you have your name, like we are taking name Rahul, Rahul. It should not be like RAAHUL in some of your documents, and it should not be like RAHUL. At least your Aadhaar card, your 10th certificate should match. Okay, because these are what you're uploading here. Then your father's name, same with your father's name. Everything should match with your documents. Then your date of birth in day, month, and year. Like my birthday is on 29/12/19. I will not tell later because you will judge my age. So here I will put day 29, then 12, and then the year. Okay. Then your gender, nationality, identity, and the identity number. Okay. Then your address, present address. Make sure to put present address, that address where you are going to live during your giving your exam. For example, you're preparing in some other state, but you want your examination center into your home place. So please write that, because it will affect your examination. Okay. Then locality, your country, your state, your district, your pin code, and mobile number. You have to confirm the mobile number again. You know how to check the application form while your eyes are on PC. Have a pen and check it like this, like this. I always used to do this, and this is a better technique, because you will not miss a single character there. Okay. Then email address, you have to confirm. Why are they confirming? Because that's important. Why are they confirming? Because that's important. So you have to confirm it. Okay, and see if there is anything wrong or not. Then alternate contact number. If you're giving here your number, give your father's number. If you're giving your father's number, give your mother's number here. But the phone number and email should be your family's. Do not give your friend's number, because maybe there is certain information and that your friend did not tell you. Then what will happen? Okay, so you should give that person's numbers to whom you can trust, right? Or it's better always to give your or your parents' contacts. Then if it is same, if this address is same as a permanent, put a tick, everything will come up here, it as it is. Then write the password the way I have told you. There should be 8 to 13 characters, one upper, one lower, one numerical, and then the that character. Okay. All right. Then they will ask you security question. What is your father's name? What is your school name? All these things. And then you have to put this pin here. This is 541V03. This is an example. Maybe whenever you are filling the form, this may be something else. You have to read it and put it here. This is due to this just tells that you're not a computer and you're a human being doing it. So that's why security pin arises here. Then you will fill the submit. Once you fill the submit, nothing will change. So please read it carefully. Okay, once you have done this process, registration 1, this will appear. Now take a photo of it. Application number will come up here. Write it down. What I say again, write it down, because nobody will tell you again what is your application number, right? A confirmation will also appear on your phone and your email address, but this step is very important. Please write the application number somewhere, right? Not on your hand, please, because you will take a bath and it will rub away. Write it in your special diary, phone, take a picture. It's always good. Okay. Then you will complete the application form. So while you're completing the application form, they will ask you about your uh, application number and password. And now the first step, the contact details have been done. It's time for personal details now. Let's move to the next step, personal details. Again, your name, date of birth, your gender, all these things that will appear here. Okay. And your mother's name, nationality, your state, then your category. For example, if you belong to any category, then you have to mention here. Because if you mention here that you belong to that category, later on, a window will pop up for uploading the certificate. You put general, then that window will not appear. So make sure to mention your category here if you belongs to one, because these things will decide your later on the rank and everything. Okay. Then if you are PWD candidate, that means you're physically challenged or something like that. So you have to put yes or no. Are you diabetic? Do you have diabetes? Yes or no? Do you belong to like what type of a area? Rural area, like means you live in village or something area like that, or urban area like a big city like Delhi. Then your annual family income, that means your father's income per year, how much he earn per year, not month, per year. Okay. Do you belongs to minority, like do you belongs to six comes under minority, Muslims, Jains, Parsis. So if you belongs to one, you have to mention here, and then again you have to put a certificate. Then country of residence, like if you are Indian. If you intend to wear customary dress, for example, if you belong to one particular religion and you want to wear your customary dress, you also have to mention here. Okay. Then did you prepare for the exam? You went to a coaching or you did it yourself? You have to mention here again. Then again, security pin. Again, this will be different when you will fill the form. Then save and next. Everything you have done will be saved and you will move to the next page. Next page is all about your Aadhaar card. Okay, so Aadhaar detail. Do you have Aadhaar number? I think at this point everyone has Aadhaar right now. So put your Aadhaar number here. Okay, put your Aadhaar number here. You all know what is Aadhaar number. When if you will see your Aadhaar card, there is only one number, big letters in a bold letters. One number is written there. You have to put all those numbers here. For example, these he has put any application number right now here, and then name of the candidate, gender, date of birth. This will appear as it is because you have done it again right before. Now you have to put these tick marks, because if you don't tick marks, then the form will not move further. What they are saying, I voluntarily agree to share my Aadhaar number, and I'm aware that it will be used to establish my identity for the NEET 2022 examination by matching my personal identification detail available in Aadhaar card of UIDI. It is saying whatever Aadhaar card I'm saying, you can use it for NEET admission, and it's all true and it matches with the application form. Okay. My information on Aadhaar is not same as entered in the application form. Now this is saying my information on Aadhaar is not same. Somehow, if your some information is different from it, then mark this one. I am not willing to share my Aadhaar number, and you are saying no, I will not share. No, you will share, and you will also tell them that you can use it. So put mark on the first one. Okay. Then next is you have to declare I confirm that all the things I have read completely, and we can move further. You will submit and move to next. Next is examination center. Most important point, guys, here. So what are you applying for? You're applying for NEET UG undergrad. Okay. What is your paper medium? This is one another important step. If you mark any different language here by mistake, you will get that in particular language only. Though you will get English along with it, don't worry. But if you offer English, offer English only. Okay. Then first choice of city. How will you make a choice now? For example, I live in Delhi. I will make sure I will put all the centers which are near to my place. Okay. I will keep on doing that. Most nearest, near, and then the one which is little far. Then I'll move for Noida, Gurgaon and all. Because you know what? If you will put all these centers randomly, it will take a lot of time to you to reach to the center. To make sure it should be like 15 to 20 minutes away from your house or home or wherever you are living. Okay. If it is far away, make sure to arrive a day before there. For example, if you know from your house, the examination center is 8 to 9 hours away. Maybe that's not in some cases, but it can be there. So make sure to arrive there a day before. Do not compromise with your exam. Okay? Do not compromise with your exam. Next is then you have to put your father's name, mother's name. Okay? Father or guardian's occupation here, not the name, sorry, occupation here. For example, if your father is in the private sector, put private. If it is in the pharmacy, put pharmacy. If it's in the like agriculture, put agriculture. A lot of options will be there. If you don't understand and he's at the private job of any other thing, put private there. Okay. All right, then mother's occupation there. You can also put the mother's occupation. If she is housewife, you can write the housewife as well. All right. Next is again security pin. This will appear in every form, in every window of this form. Okay. Again, save and next. You have to do it because if you don't do it, nothing will be saved. Everything will be blank. Next is your qualification. Now the most asked question, that do you want to upload 11th class certificate or not? Okay. If it is not visible clearly, please guys, you can open this in your whatever devices, other devices you have. Can you open there? Yes, a lot of students are saying it's not visible. Let me increase the font size. Since its background is white and the letters are so small, that's why there is a little, hindrance in it. So please try to, you know, what do you say? Adjust with me. I am helpless here. So just try to open it into another devices if you can. It will be really good. Okay. All right. So 10th equivalent qualification. Obviously, if you're giving NEET, you must be 10th passed. So you will put here that you are passed in the 10th class. What was the exam you have given? Then what was your type of school? Then what was a district you have qualified? For example, if you belongs to a particular district, there was a little city and you have a district is different there, so make sure you should not put your city there, put a district there. Okay. Then you have result mode. What was the mode of your result there? Roll number and your school pin code, school address, school board like it was CBSC, and qualifying state like my state was Punjab and my schooling was from any one small town of the Punjab, and my year of passing. Here you are not uploading any document. Same pattern is for 11th. Same pattern is for 11th. You don't have to upload any document of 11th class. You just have to put the details. You just have to put the details. You don't have to upload any document of 11th. The document you need is of 10th class. Okay. Next, you have 12th class. For example, there are students who will give the 12th class examination. So there you will not select that you are pass. You will select that you are appearing for the exam. Okay. And then all these things will go away. If you have not done the 12th, the option will come that you are going to appear, everything will go away. But if you have passed, you have to put all the details. All the details are similar in all these three sections. Okay. Maybe someone has done 10th from another school and 11th from another, 12th from another. So likewise, you have to put all the details. But the pattern is same. Okay. So this was about your schooling. So again, a security pin, save, and then next. Okay. Somehow, if you do not understand a security pin, otherwise they will give you a simple one because you are students, they know that. But if it is tough, you can also reload from here and another easy pin may appear. Okay. All right. Next step. What is the next step? After you have done this, let's move to the additional details. Now, what are these? These are simple details. They're asking you whether have you given the exam before. For example, there are certain students who are doing it again, like they're droppers. They dropped the year and they want to give another chance. So for those, you can like put yes, I have given it before as well. Next, what was your place of birth? What was your state and what was your district? Have to fill all these details. Then again, security pin. There is a lot of security here, so do not worry. Put the security pin again and again and move next. Okay. Then documents upload. Okay. So there's a total 6 document we have discussed about. Make them ready. Put them on your desktop. Do not put them in a folder, or make another folder in the desktop and write their names down there. Fine. For example, guys, I have all these documents ready here. Okay. Okay. I have all the documents ready here. I have written like application top 5. So I will rename them accordingly. So that later on it should not be haphazard. I'm not able to find it. What's the name? Because that will ask you about the file. So you should know the name of the files. Okay. All right. So what are the things you need? Your photographs, your imprints, impression of your hand, your signature, postcard size photo. Person with disabilities, they will upload their documents here, and then 10th certificate you need to upload there, because that person has done the general category one. That's why the category certificate has not like pop up here. Okay. Next is your after you have done this, they will give you all the details that you have filled. They will give you all the details that you have filled. Again, take a pen on the desktop, read everything, take your time as much as you want and write it. Or no, check it. Okay. And check it. Check it very, very carefully, very carefully. Everything what you have put down there, you have typed, it will pop up here in this form. Okay. In this form. All right. Here. Okay. If you feel difficulty in reading English, they have also mentioned everything in Hindi, if you have noticed. Okay. Next is after you have done all of this, you have read it carefully. You have read it. You will find out your uploaded things here. Again, you have to check, this is my photo of someone else's photo. Okay. You have to check it whether it's your photo or someone else's photo. Then everything is done here. You will check all your certificates and everything. They are asking you to check it again. So for example, if you have checked your name, you will mark it. You have checked your date of birth, you will tick mark it. Likewise, read everything and tick mark it. After you have checked it and you're 100% sure that every information I put is absolutely correct, take the name of God and move further. Okay. Next page, put I agree and submit the form. What you are agreeing about. Always read what you are agreeing about. I hereby declare that I have filled up this online application form after carefully reading the information bulletin. That means I have read. It's not like Diksha ma'am has made us understand, so we are not reading it. Read it, guys. You should know everything. Reading the information bulletin and fully understanding the provisions of procedure, particulars given by me in the form are true and correct. Whatever I'm telling you, it's all correct. It's my information. I'm not fooling around. I'm not using unfair means. Then submit the application form. A huge step. Okay. So now you will verify your mobile number and email. Another important step. Registration details you have done. You have viewed your application form. Now fee payment. Okay. Now if you want to edit something in your form, you can click here. But if you are pretty sure, you will verify your email. Okay. Your email ID yet to be verified. Click here to verify your email. How will you verify? You have given this particular email ID. Now they will ask about the security pin. You have given a security pin. Okay. Now you will go to that particular email ID. For example, in your phone, you will open your like Gmail and you opened it, and one email will be there from NTA, and that will be containing an OTP, one time password. Okay. You have to fill that OTP here. It is of certain time period only, so make it quick. Verify it. Next, move further. Now they will ask you to pay your fees. Again, there is no offline medium. So click on online, proceed for the payment. Okay, let's move. For example, I have ICICI Bank Payment Gateway debit card. I will select it. You know how to pay through card? If you don't know, take help of your parents. Okay, I am again suggesting all of you, nowadays everyone knows how to pay, but again, if you don't know, there is no shy feeling, there should be no shy feeling in asking help. Okay, so you can have this, you can pay through these debit cards, or the better way, you can also pay through UPI net banking. And okay, so after you have proceed for the payment, if you have proceed from the payment, do not click cancel until it says or asks you to do it again. Okay, your payment will be cut down from that particular account, and later on a form will appear. After the payment is done, another thing will appear, confirmation page. Take a printout of it. Okay, take a printout of this confirmation page, take a photograph of this confirmation page. All right, guys, and this is the form that you have filled, and eureka and hooray, you have filled your application form, one step nearer to your aim. Okay, so this was all the things. I think I have covered each and everything, and there were certain students who are asking a lot of things that I have already covered. Rishabh, I have already covered about 11 detail, so go through the video one more time. I think everything is I have discussed it so far. Other things about counseling and all, you don't need to get into now. Just give the examination, prepare well. We will give you a lot of videos regarding these strategies and a lot of things, how to plan your NEET in these days and everything like that. So don't worry about that. We are there for you. And all those who want this video in Hindi, will be doing in the other channels in Hindi as well. Otherwise, you can take it as a reference, because I know a lot of students, that's not that tough language, isn't it? Right? So this was a Diksha ma'am. I hope that helped you a lot. If there was certain, no, there was not a clarity in the font size, you can open up your information bulletin and compare it with whatever I'm telling you. All right, so this was our one attempt or one try to make you feel better and tell you what not to do. Do not commit the mistakes that I was emphasizing on. First was, read everything carefully. Your documents should be handy, and whatever you are uploading, check it twice. All right, take the screenshot of things what you are writing there, or in every confirmation page or application number, or take a photograph or write it down. So if you have done this, don't worry, it's not that tough. You are doing it for first time, maybe you will feel little nervous, but always have your elder person with you who knows all these things. And it is easy, not that tough. I'll meet you in the next classes or other things I'll bring for you. Till then, bye-bye, good evening, all the best. Prepare hard, very hard, and give your best in these days, because I know you guys can. All the best, bye-bye, good evening. This was Diksha ma'am. Tata.